it's Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna get into HBO's Insecure episode 8, Low-Key Happy recap. Alright y'all, so here we are, episode 8, 2 episodes out of the season finale, and Lawrence and Issa go out on a date. I know, right? So I was nervous the whole time I watched this the first time around. It starts off, Lawrence is waiting for Issa at the bar. He's like visibly a little bit nervous and like antsy and a little bit jumpy. He pops a mint in his mouth, he chokes on it. He's nervous. He's meeting up with his ex for the first time, like one-on-one, for a reason we don't necessarily know yet. But Issa walks in and her goofy ass trips. I thought it was like one of those fake, like you know how she like imagines things, but she really busted her ass, fell, haha. And that kind of like broke the ice between like the nervousness that was gonna happen, I feel like. So, you know, they do some light catching up, like, you know, how have you been, where have you been? Lawrence lets her know that he was in San Francisco interviewing. He's looking for, you know, looking to move away and, you know, expand his options, explore his options. And he mentions that he runs into Molly, and you know, Issa lets him know, like, you know, we're not friends anymore. And he didn't believe her at first, but, you know, come to find out they aren't. She didn't really want to talk about it. He lets her know that him and Condola broke up. He really didn't want to talk about it. So yeah, like they end up leaving the bar, and you know, oh, before they left the bar, so they're at dinner and Lawrence tries to so they're at the bar still, and Lawrence orders what he thinks is Issa's signature drink still, and she lets him know that she changed it. So, you know, they're just kind of getting to know each other, you know, getting familiar again. She still doesn't know what he wants, like why did he ask her to dinner, like why does he want to talk? So, you know, that's still up in the air. But, you know, it gets kind of loud and crazy in the bar, so they end up moving on to another spot. While waiting for their lift that Lawrence calls, you know, they make small talk, like joking, and an Uber black car pulls up, and, you know, Issa's impressed. Lawrence, you know, chest all puffed up because he's trying to show her, like, look, I'm not who I was, I'm not who I used to be, so like, look at me, look what I can do for you. And, you know, Issa's feeling it. They're in the back of the Uber, and of course the elderly Uber driver is talking and asking, like, oh, y'all married, why y'all not married, like all up in their business, as they tend to do. And you know, it was very lighthearted then, you know. I'm just wondering at this point, I'm like, what does he want to talk to her about? Like, come on, let's get to it. So they end up going to a Latin spot that when they were together, they always said that they wanted to try. Now, Issa told or led Lawrence to believe that she hadn't tried that restaurant till this day. They get there, she spills the beans. He finds out that she has been to that restaurant before. No hard feelings, whatever. They get seated, very beautiful restaurant, by the way. And he really doesn't know what to get from the menu. She's like well-versed. She's like, look, I got this. Orders for him. She's like, okay, what did you call me here for? I'm like, thank you, Issa, because I'm tired of the beating around the bush. I'm tired of that. Like, let's get to business. What's up? So Lawrence and Issa finally have the talk, okay? And I had notes because I was like making note of things. So at the dinner, they finally had that honest conversation. They finally circled back to each other after, I guess it's probably been like 2 years after they broke up, or a year and a half, probably 2 years after they broke up. And Lawrence starts it off. He puts Issa in the hot seat. He's like, why Daniel? You know, like, or could it have been anybody? And Issa's just like, no, it wouldn't have been anybody. Not that it would make it better, but, you know, Daniel was there. He was showing me attention. I felt lonely, you know, and it was good to feel wanted. And she let him know that, you know, She, after work, you know, sometimes she would drive around because she didn't want to see him at the house, sulking, sitting on the couch. She said for a whole year, he didn't want to have sex. He didn't want to go out. He didn't want to have fun. And she was just like, she didn't know what to do. She just didn't feel like wanted. And, you know, I understand that. I couldn't imagine being in a situation like that for however long, a year, and my man don't want to touch me, don't want to have sex with me. First of all, I'm an Aries baby. We can't go a week. Well, what's going on? Like, what? We can't. You're not having sex for a year, and y'all are like a young couple. I couldn't do it. God bless you, Issa. But she said that, you know, he was like, we recommitted to each other. Like, why? Like, he was just, you know, still kind of like, why? She was like, you know, I was afraid we would end up, you know, resorting to old patterns like we always do, and it kind of got scary. And so when it was his turn to talk, she what did she ask him anything? I feel like, I don't know if she asked him anything. Okay, she did ask him something, but we're gonna circle back to that. He told her, you know, he felt bad for being at home. Every time she would leave and go to work, he's just like, I realized I don't have anywhere to go, and he's just trying to weigh his options. He doesn't know what's next. He's just stuck in his life, and he just felt bad, and he was stuck, and he didn't know how to express that. And they both came to the terms that they weren't really talking at the time. They were not communicating during that rough patch that led up to her cheating and then them breaking up. And she asked him, you know, did you buy a ring? Because in the Uber, the elderly lady was like, you know, are y'all married? And he was like, well, no, I bought a ring and everything. And Issa's just like, and he let her know they bought, you know, he bought a ring, and, you know, she was surprised, but he was like, we went to, you know, try on rings. Why are you surprised? So, you know, finding out that he bought a ring, she felt a little bad, but it was still all in good. Like, they were just communicating the way that they should have been while they were in a late relationship. And maybe, you know, after, you know, Issa broke up, you know, Lawrence is trying to see, like, does he give up on things too fast, or does he give up on things too quickly? So this is a conversation that they should have been had. Like, that's why I say communication is so key to the health of a relationship. Like, we need to be speaking. Like, I can't like and I'm very intuitive. So I can feel when something's going on. So I'm like, what's up? Like, you need to talk to me. Like, and if you can't talk to me, you know, then who knows where it's gonna end up. You might end up like Issa and Laura's, where she's cheating, or, you know, you just wanna leave and you feel stuck, or you feel obligated to this person because if you leave them, they're gonna be depressed. It's just a whole mess. So communication is key. So Issa goes to the bathroom, and we see Condola texting Lawrence saying, you know, I know we said Tuesday, but can you meet up tonight? And Lawrence is just like, okay, you know, I'm out right now, but I'll hit you when I get back, or I'll hit you when I'm done. So they leave, they run into TSA Babe. You know, of course, Lawrence was tickled by that, to know that, you know, TSA Babe and Issa had been to this restaurant. So, you know, in all, he was still, you know, very like open and very like, you could tell he was happy to be around Issa, and she was happy to be around him. But the whole time I'm just nervous. I'm just like, ooh, I'm just like, what's gonna happen? Like, this is like, really, it feels too good to be true. That's what I kept on saying. It feels too good to be true. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. You know, and this is partly because we have never seen Issa and Lawrence in a healthy situation. We have never seen Issa and Lawrence in a healthy relationship. So I'm just like nervous, like, the normal, them looking healthy, it don't sit right with me. And that's, you know, just partly because of their history. So they end up going to Art Walk, and let me just tell you that was one of my favorite parts of this episode. The cinematography was beautiful. When they were like in those cloud lamp things, they just looked so angelic and just beautiful black people. Like, beautiful black people. I don't know what it is about this episode that made Lawrence look sweet. Ooh, his teeth, like, and then Issa. Issa is one of the most beautiful women on this planet. Like, those teeth, that skin, her doe eyes, like her natural hair. She's just, the lighting, when they were like juxtaposed with the red and the blue lights, and Issa was standing up opposite the red lights with her red badass blazer she had on. Oh my God, I got chills. Like, this was everything I needed as far as like visuals go. I was just very, very pleased. So, you know, their goofiness, they were like throwing back those jokes back and forth, and I really liked that part because it was giving us, you know, an idea of like what they actually, you know, had and when it was healthy. So they were walking through Art Walk, you know, talking about what truly makes them happy. You know, Issa's like, you know, I created happiness myself instead of trying to look for it in other people. Lawrence is commending her like, I like you like this. Like, I really like you like this, you know? And, you know, Lawrence is saying that he used to think he had to be the guys with the idea, the big plan, and he realized he's happy when he's coordinating people's plans and he's helping people's plans come together. So they're just, you know, having this really honest, organic conversation, walking through Art Walk, and Lawrence gets another call from Condola, and Issa sees it, and he's like, so are y'all like, he's like, yeah, we're kind of figuring things out, like, you know, we talked. So, you know, you can tell that Issa's a little uneasy about that, and I'm just like, okay, I didn't notice it at first. I was like, why does Condola keep calling? Like, what's going on? Like, why do you keep calling him? And he ignores it. They end up leaving Art Walk with, Lisa has a sweatshirt she was looking at, and Lawrence has a piece of artwork that we have yet to see. Now I'm gonna say something about this artwork. Shout out to my friend Mia. This artwork is going to be symbolic for something. When that cliffhanger that we have at the end, because you know it's coming, because this season has been a little bit bland. The cliffhanger that we're left with, that I can see the camera panning in to the artwork or panning out from the artwork. Whatever it is, that's gonna be one of the last shots, or in the last episode. I already know. I can already tell. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can already tell we're gonna finally see that artwork in like the last episode. So Issa and Lawrence leave. You know, they take an Uber home, and Lawrence is getting dropped off first. He ends up inviting her up, and once he invited her up, I was just like, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I was just like, she's not going home. I already knew from then Issa wasn't going home. So, you know, he's showing around his apartment. He's like, yeah, look at me. Like, look at what I got. Like, still, you know, he's trying to prove to her, like, hey, I'm different. Like, I've changed. That was a theme for them. Like, this whole episode, I've changed. I'm different. I've changed. I'm different. And, you know, he's showing her his space. Like, look what I built. Look what I built. You know, look, I'm doing better. Like, look at me. And, you know, they see their old couch, and, you know, she's like, you found a perfect spot for it, and, you know, it's just a really good feeling. And Issa asks to use the bathroom. While Issa's in the bathroom, Lawrence calls Condola back just like a man. Hey, I'm telling y'all, when they be cheating or when they be doing something sneaky, when you in the bathroom, that's when they doing stuff. When you in the bathroom in the shower, that's when they doing stuff. And when they in the bathroom in the shower, they take their phone with them, they doing their business. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know. Thank me later. He calls Condola, and she's like from what he's saying, we can't hear what she's saying on the phone. He's like, yeah, sure, I can make it over. I could still make it tonight. Like, so she really wants him there that night. And I was just like, okay, like, what's going on? So, you know, he comes back in. Issa's like, Condola, she already knows he's on the phone with Condola, and they end up, you know, talking, and she's just like, well, what if I don't want to leave? And he's just like, well, I don't know, you know, should we? And she was like, you know, well, if I stayed, you know, he's like, it would make me happy. She's like, well, you make me happy. He's like, yeah, you do too, or me too. They kiss, they end up having sex. And I'm not gonna lie, the sex scene was fire. It was sexy. I love chocolate skin. I love the lighting in Insecure. Insecure has mastered the art of Black people on film. We never look ashy or chalky. We're always glowing, skin always on point. And that was just a beautiful love scene. They finally came together after, I'm guessing, like 2 years, and had, you know, the honest conversation. Obviously, they still have feelings for each other, maybe some unfinished business. Will they get to that business? We won't know. We about to see. I'm scared for that, literally biting my nails, because this was way too good to be true for me. And you know, Issa wakes up, she's like, I'm gonna walk home. She got a little pepper in her step. Ain't no walk of shame, baby. Issa's got her chest out, shoulders back, chin up, and she's pumping, honey. She's pumping in those red boots. She's pumping, because they live right around the corner from each other, apparently. And she's happy with her decision. And that's how episode 8 ends. Y'all, after watching it a second time, this is why I didn't upload last night, because I needed to watch it again. I don't know how we're going to be left at the end of this season. I have 2 predictions. You want to know my 2 predictions? Let's go with the predictable one for me. Since Condola was calling so much, they're trying to figure it out. She was calling so much, she was really making it urgent to see him that night instead of Tuesday. It's like, what's so dire? What do you need to see him for? Predictable, Condola's pregnant. Condola's having a baby, or you know, she's pregnant. And this is going to stop Lawrence from moving to San Francisco. Of course, it's going to ruin Issa and his blooming new relationship. And yeah, Issa's gonna be heartbroken. Issa's gonna be crying in Molly's lap like she was at the end of season 1, I believe, when Lawrence found out she was cheating and left her. That's my predictable one. Unpredictable, like if it was just too good to be true, like, you know, like, okay, you know, we'll see. Issa and Lawrence will start dating. Condola was calling just to say, like, I really like you, I want you, I'm serious about you, I'll change my mind. And Lawrence is just like, I'm with Issa now. Meanwhile, Lawrence gets the job in San Francisco, and Issa's torn between like dating him while he's in San Francisco, and they probably won't end up together. I don't think they're gonna end up together. I think that this was Insecure's way of giving us what we've wanted for like 2 seasons, and that's it. Like, I don't have high hopes for Lawrence and Issa, and I know, you know, they gave us some high hopes, but the realist in me, nah. The pessimist in me, nah. It's just way too good to be true. Way too good to be true. I really enjoyed this episode. It was the best episode of this season. You know, this season has been pretty, like, you know, not terrible, but it's just been pretty so-so. So that was the best episode of the season. And I know next episode when Molly and Issa talk, that's gonna be interesting, but I don't think it's gonna be too, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen with Molly and Issa. They may, you know, I think they'll probably get back together, start being friends, and you know, Issa will come to Molly when her heart's broken in the last episode. We're gonna see, but you already know Insecure is going to leave us with a cliffhanger this season, because last season we got the closure between her and Lawrence, I believe, right? Last season, I think we got that, they had the talk. I believe they had the talk. Maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing the seasons. I haven't watched that season since it came out. So yeah, guys, we gonna see, because I don't trust anything that's happening right now. It sounds too good to be true, but y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I want to know all the theories. I'm not on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. Follow me there. And if you haven't joined the Jasmine Marie Mitchell family, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next episode. Peace.